What's good, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about 3D stereoscopic photography. It's basically a set of pictures that was taken at a slight distance apart and looped together over and over again, and it makes this cool little 3D effect. This effect was helped made popular by some of the film cameras like the Nishika N8000. This camera has 4 different lenses and they are spaced apart a few millimeters, and it takes all 4 pictures at one time. So when you put all the pictures together, you can combine them into like a little GIF of whatever it is that you took. Now that's an older film camera, and there are other cameras like that, but basically I'm going to show you how to do that with any camera that you have, even if it's just one camera that can only take one picture at a time. Basically all you need to do is take 3 or 4 pictures spaced slightly apart. Now this is going to be a lot easier if the subject is not moving, because we don't have a camera that can take 4 pictures at one time. So if the subject is moving, you're never going to be able to get the subject to stay in one spot. So let's head outside. We're going to find a stationary subject and we're going to try this effect on that. Alright, basically what we got to do is I have the camera on a tripod and a slider, just so it won't move, but you don't have to have this set up. You can do it handheld. This just makes it easier. So since I have it on the slider, I can get the camera to move sideways without having to worry about any ups and downs. So I'm going to focus on this leaf right in front of me, and you want to take at least 3 pictures. So if you take 3, then if you split that, just put 1 in the middle, 1 on each side. So you can take picture, 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 or if it's a subject that's moving like a person or something like that, or anything that's not going to stand still, what you want to do is you want to put your camera into burst mode, and then you can just spray like that while you're moving it. So let's try that. We're going to put the camera right in the center and focus on the spot that we want to focus on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm put the camera in manual focus mode, just so the focus point doesn't change as we taking the pictures. So let's put it back in single shot. All right, we're going to take that picture, 1 in the middle, over a little bit and to the right side, and that should be good. Now you don't have to stop at 3. You can do 4, 5, 6, or however many you want to do. But just know that you want to balance it out. So if you have 7, you want to have 1 in the middle and 3 on each side. So basically all I did was I took 4 pictures of the leaf. I focused on the leaf that I wanted to focus on. I put the camera into manual focus so that the focus point doesn't move. And I slid the camera over slightly, took a picture, slid it over, took a picture, slid it over, took a picture, slid it over, took a picture. Like I said outside, you can take the camera and slide it over while spraying in burst mode. That also works too. But for this example, I kept it simple. I just took 4 images spaced slightly apart, and we're gonna go with those. First thing you want to do is open all of the images up in Photoshop in one document, so you can have each picture stacked on top of each other. Now you want to find the main image. That's usually going to be the one in the middle. If you took 4 pictures, then it's probably going to be picture 2 or picture 3. If you took 5 pictures, then it's going to be picture 3, and so on and so on. This is going to be our primary picture, and we're going to align all the pictures up with this picture. So whatever your subject was, if it was a person or a car or a leaf in this case, you want to make sure that that is perfectly aligned in every single picture. So the only difference between the pictures is the background moving. The easiest way to do this is to turn all the layers off except for the main picture, and then just go on and turn each one of them on as you work on them. When you turn it on, just lower the opacity so you can see through the layer that you're working on, and just line the clips up so everything lines up perfectly. Once you got that layer lined up, turn it off, turn on a new layer, and get that one lined up until you can have all the layers in a row lined up. If you did this effect on a person, then just align all of the eyes in each image. If you did it on a car, then align all the headlights or something like that. Just find the point that you focused on when you took the picture and make sure that point is aligned. Now that you've aligned everything, the pictures that you moved, edges are probably off. So you can go ahead and crop off the edges until you have a nice solid picture. If you're cropping it for Instagram, or if you're cropping it for 16:9, or whatever crop you want to do, go ahead and apply that now. Also, any editing that you want to do, this is the time to do it. But you have to be very careful to make sure that you edit every layer the exact same way. So what I recommend is edit one picture, get it how you want, and just apply everything that you did onto each layer. Because any differences in the picture is going to be obvious when you're playing through them in the video. Like if picture number 4 is slightly brighter than picture number 2, then when you're flipping through, you're going to see this little flicker every time it passes over picture 4. So just make sure the editing is consistent throughout all the pictures. So if you took 4 pictures, you're going to save 4 pictures. If you took 10 pictures, you're going to save 10 pictures. The only thing we did in Photoshop was align the pictures, crop them, and any little editing that you want to do to make the picture look like you want. Now that you have all of the adjusted pictures saved, you want to go ahead and open your video editing program. In my case, it's Adobe Premiere. So I'm going to open the sequence. I'm going to take all the pictures that we just saved and I'm going to open them on the new timeline. You want to make sure that you have the pictures in the order that you took them. So if you have 3 pictures, you want to make sure you have the left picture, the middle picture, and then the right picture. If you have them mixed up out of order, then the effect won't work. Now that you have the pictures on the timeline, they're already cropped and adjusted and colored like you wanted to in Photoshop and everything like that. It's all taken care of. Now you want to work on the duration of the clips. If you have a small number of pictures like 3 or 4, then you want to make sure that each picture lasts about 2 frames. So the first picture is 2 frames long, the second picture is 2 frames long, the third picture is 2 frames long, and the fourth picture is 2 frames long. If you have a bunch of pictures like 10 or 11, then you might want to make each picture 1 frame long. You can play with these durations and get different times however you want, so that part's not really concrete, but you can take that as a guide. Now after you do that, you should be able to hit play and it should look perfect. Now the only problem is it's too short. We need it to loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to take frame 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to continue to copy it on down the timeline. But you have to copy it in a certain order. You have frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4. Now you need to add frame 3 and frame 2 to that. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. And we're not going to go to 1 because if you copy all of these pictures and place it again, it's going to have 1 from the beginning. I know that might sound a little complicated, but if you look at it, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, and so on and so on. So once you copy 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, you should be able to take that whole group and just copy and paste it all the way down the timeline, and you don't have to worry about it ever again. So if you have 10 clips, you just count all the way to 10 and then count back down backwards all the way to 2. And then you're gonna have your 1 from the beginning that you're gonna just keep copying. You can make this as long as you want. You can play with the clip durations like I said. Whatever the effect that you want to add, you can add different effects. You can color grade the clips. Anything that you would normally do to a regular video, you can do to this. So play around with it, get it how you want, and that's pretty much it. Now you can do this effect with any camera, any lens combination. It doesn't matter if you have shallow depth of field. It doesn't matter if you're using a kit lens, a wide angle lens, a telephoto lens. It doesn't matter at all. As long as you do what I told you to do, everything should be fine. Now I know some of this might be a little confusing to you, especially if you're not familiar with the programs. So if you have any questions, you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter with any questions that you have, and I'll try to help you guys get through it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time.